Okay, we're going in order of parts here. Done the defense attorney and bailiff and Sophia. And we're on prosecutor. Okay, prosecutor, you start on page 25. So when you're going through your lines, if you finish before I do, then you're moving too quickly, okay? We want lots of sass. We want lots of laughs. You're going to get some good laughs here, but you will lose your laughs and you will lose the audience's connection if you do not slow down the lines and deliver them, okay? All right, so page 25, prosecutor stands and waves toward the audience. I'm not sure why they put that in there, but we're going to go with it, okay? So prosecutor stands, give a little royal wave like this, okay? Because you're just so sure of yourself. And then you're going to say, ahem, I call Sophia busybody. All right, we're on page... Okay, page 26. They didn't put your heading in here like they did like here and here, but this is prosecutor. Okay, you probably already know that. Miss Busybody, please tell the court where you were on the night in question. Okay, so it should take that long. You want to pause, you want to hold out, you want it to take a minute, okay? Miss Busybody, please tell the court where you were on the night in question. Well, I was sound asleep in my snug little bed, minding my own business, blah, 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 blah. Then we go to page 28. Prosecutor walks back to the seat at the prosecution table. I have no more questions for this witness. I have no more questions for this witness. You're proper, you're sure of yourself, and you're slow. All right, prosecutor Sophia returns to her seat in the audience. Prosecutor looks at the judge, and you're going to stand and call Miss Gottalotta. So, I call Mrs. Gottalotta. Okay, you want to make sure that the audience is understanding what her name is, or the funniness will be gone. All right, I call Mrs. Gottalotta. Do you promise? Of course, honey. Okay, prosecutor walks to the witness stand. Mrs. Lotta, please tell us what happened on the night in question. I know it seems painfully slow, but it needs to be slow, okay? All right. Prosecutor. Okay, so the objection, the sustained, bottom of 29 here. Well, I'm finished with this witness anyway, Your Honor. You're so cheeky. Okay. All right. We're going to move to page 30. And here's a little note, okay? So it's not on the script, but on page 30, the judge is going to ask the defense if they want to do anything. And the defense says no questions. Then the judge is going to bring the prosecutor back up. Prosecutor, call your next witness. Then you're going to say your line. Okay. Prosecutor sticks out chest, proud of the famous witness, Dr. Fruitcake, walks to the witness stand and sits, ignoring the bailiff. Dr. Fruitcake walks, not you. Sorry. Okay. So you're super duper proud of yourself here. I call Dr. Sigmund Fruitcake, renowned psychiatrist and expert in the field of angelic delusions. Really slow, right? You want them to understand that he's a doctor, that he's renowned, that he's a psychiatrist, and he's an expert. So all of those are going to get stressed and spaced out. I call Dr. Sigmund Fruitcake, renowned psychiatrist and expert in the field of angelic delusions. Do you promise? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Dr. Fruitcake. So you're going to stress doctor again, okay? Dr. Fruitcake. Have you examined these defendants? right? You have scorn for those defendants. You're going to look at them and you're going to say, well, you're looking at Dr. Fruitcake. Dr. Fruitcake, have you examined these defendants? Yeah, I could not get them to stop talking. They were highly agitated, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Prosecutor leans toward Dr. Fruitcake with an arm resting on the back of the witness stand. So if we have it right, it would kind of be like your arm would be behind him and you would be leaning in, okay? And what is your opinion of their reported encounter with angels? And so on angels, you're going to shake your head because you don't believe it. You might even roll your eyes a little, okay? You're reaching, you're leaning. And what is your opinion of their reported encounter with angels? All right, then he answers. You're going to walk to the seat at the table and you're going to say, no further questions. Okay, this time you're going to object on 32 when the defense attorney is making his point about Balaam and the donkey. And this is your time, and it says you raise your arm full length, pointing an index finger. Objection! Make your most of it, okay? Except you get overruled. Defense attorney, no further questions, Your Honor. And then prosecutor, you stand up and say, the prosecution rests, Your Honor. You're going to be a little cheeky to the judge, trying to get his favor. Hi. Okay, so the prosecution rests, Your Honor. All right, and prosecutor, next one. Okay, page 35. Prosecutor comes toward the witness stand, then turns and winks knowingly at the audience. You're so cheeky. I love it. All right, so, all right, so you're trying to prove that he's crazy here. Yes, Your Honor. How many times in your life have you spoken to angels, Josiah? So, to the judge. Yes, Your Honor. To Josiah. How many times in your life have you spoken to angels, Josiah? All right. And then he answers you, and it says, prosecutor gets in Josiah's face and pokes a finger in Josiah's chest. So don't hurt him, but you're making your point, right? And do you really expect us to believe that God would send an angel to talk to you? Except I did that too fast, even. And do you really expect us to believe that God would send an angel to talk to you? Slow down. And Josiah answers you, and then it says that you walk back to your table, and this time you're kind of disgusted, right? I'm through with this witness. Several camels short. Make sure you slow that really down so the audience can understand the connection to when Fruitcake says that. All right. We're on page 38. Defense attorney says no more questions, and prosecutor stands to speak and says, no questions, and then sits back down.
You do 2 videos.
Oh, I'm doing lots of them.
I know, but can you end it?
I'm almost done with prosecutor. All right, so page 41. Prosecutor walks to the witness stand. Prosecutor leans slyly towards Seth. So Seth is a little slower, right? He's not so smart. So you're trying to trick him. You're trying to get him to say what you want him to say. And it says that you lean slightly in. So you're going to say, okay, so the judge has asked you, do you want to cross-examine? And you say, oh, yes, Your Honor. You can't wait to cross-examine this one. Seth, you say you were jumping and skipping and hollering. Did you make a lot of noise that night? We surely did, but we didn't mean no harm. Well, did you wake people up? And you're going to turn to the audience when you do that because you're trying to convince everyone, right? So he answers you, we surely did, but we didn't mean no harm. Well, did you wake people up? My mama says there is time for being asleep or sleeping and a time for being wide awake. Okay, so then you are going to really get sure of yourself here. And you say, So it says stroke your chin, but that'd be a little weird for a woman. So you're going to do this, okay? So you were disturbing the peace, weren't you? You're going to lean in, eyes up, okay? You're really trying to convince him. So you were disturbing the peace, weren't you? There was enough peace on this table that night for everybody, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so then you're going to turn toward the judge, and you're very sure of yourself again, and you're trying to get the judge to stop the case and move on and convict these guys. Your Honor, I don't think we need to take up any more of the court's time. You've just heard this defendant confess to disturbing the peace. I'm inclined to agree with you. Does the defense attorney have any more witnesses? All right. And then they bring in Balthazar. And I don't know. Okay. We're on page 46. And the defense attorney says, in light of this testimony, I ask that the charges against my clients be dismissed. You're going to jump up with your hand raised. Your Honor, I object. Objection overruled, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so practice over those and make sure you go nice and slow. Follow the directions with the tone and the character.